Hi Pisces, this is Morgan with Compass Rose Astrology, and today we're going to be going through the tarot and the astrology chat for the month of May 2023. And in these videos, I go through the astrology transits, placements, and aspects that might be affecting you most. And then I go through a tarot reading and then pull an oracle card last to get one final message from Spirit that the universe might want you to hear. And I do these from the rising sign perspective, so you can see Pisces over here in the first house on the ascendant. So these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But if this message just doesn't seem to connect with you, doesn't have anything that you resonate with, I do suggest that you go ahead and watch your sun and your moon video, because depending on your birth chart, those might be a little bit more powerful this month, depending on what's happening and what's in your birth chart. And I do want to say I apologize. I don't have my normal setup this month, so got something a little different to look at. But next month I promise we'll be back to our kind of regularly scheduled setup, normal tools, and kind of fun things to work with. But that also means that I don't have my typical kind of cleansing tools. So I did a pre-shuffle before the video started to bring in any cleansing, positive, constructive energy and messages here for you Pisces, and to kind of leave any negativity and any harsh thoughts basically that might be sticking with you. So we're going to use that as we go forward. And I'll just jump right into the actual astrology that you're going to be feeling this month. I think you probably are already feeling it. We do have Saturn and Neptune over here in your first house, which is, pretty powerful, pretty heavy. So I hope you're doing all right, Pisces. It's a lot of stuff going on. We do have Pluto is going to start moving retrograde in your 12th house, moving back towards your 11th house of Capricorn. And we'll move back in there in June. So the month of May might be a little slow. You might feel like there are some reversals, things you have to redo, kind of stuff like that. In regards to your 12th house, maybe revisiting some thoughts, some old, unfortunately, some old fears, because that's very indicative of this 12th house. So if any of those things pop up for you, just understand that that's where that's coming from. We also have a full moon lunar eclipse over here in Scorpio in your 9th house, and that is coming on the tail of a solar eclipse over here in Aries, where Jupiter is. So just something to kind of keep in mind, because this is not going to be the last eclipse that we have between the Taurus and Scorpio axis. At the end of the year, we're going to have one final eclipse over here in Taurus, and then the nodes will finally be in your 8th and your 2nd house instead of your 3rd and your 9th. So that'll be a nice kind of refresher. But basically what happens when we have our full moon over here in the 9th house, this full moon eclipse, it's probably going to dredge up some more experiences and symbolism, and revolve to your faith, to your spirituality, to your belief, what you hold dear to you. And also maybe you might have to go be doing some traveling and stuff, because that's the house of long distance traveling, or doing something that you might only have a once in a lifetime kind of a chance to do. So that might be igniting that here for you. Or bringing up themes of something that you had like a once in a lifetime kind of a chance, kind of like that. Then we do have, you are a Jupiter ruled sign, Pisces, and Jupiter is hanging out over here in Aries, but it will be moving over here into Taurus in the middle of the month, and will be here until May 25th, 2024. So having fun over here in your 3rd house, eventually making a conjunction with Neptune, which will be pretty strong. You have some really strong conjunctions happening in your life, Pisces. But having Jupiter in your 3rd house will bring like abundance, luck, happiness, and a lot of opportunities for you here in your 3rd house. So I think that will be kind of a fun experience for you. And that's a house of siblings and like people that are really, really close to you, that you kind of consider close enough to be family, if that helps. And also since we do have Mars moving into your 6th house out of Cancer, and then Venus will move into Cancer. So you do have some good actions happening around here in your 5th house. So with that happening, and with that being said, let's jump into the tarot, which hopefully will show us which places we need to focus on this month. All right, what has Pisces been experiencing? Thank you so much, Spirit, for your messages and for your help and your constructive comments for Pisces' highest good. What has Pisces been going through? Okay, so that came out. Nice, okay. Love it. Okay, so we do have the star here at the bottom. Spirit did call me to look at the bottom of the card deck. So I do think that this is indicating a lot of what's happening over here in your 12th house, because the star is the card of Aquarius. And so there might be some hopes and kind of aspirations that you've had and kind of held on to for a long time that might be still bopping around your mind and kind of coming into the forefront. And also, I think this card is actually saying to really, really, really focus on your dreams. You are very intuitive, very intellectual, and you know your gut, Pisces. And I think that a lot of what you aspire for and hope for kind of comes out in your dreams. So pay strong attention to them if you need some sort of signs, because they will be coming through in your dreams. And what you've gone through recently, we have the 2 of Cups, we have the Moon card, we have a 7 of Swords, and then we have the Knight of Swords. So, let's see. So, what's mostly being activated here is you have a lot happening in your 1st house, for sure. But I do think that there's a lot of... There's this feeling recently, and I think this is mostly something that you've kind of had to deal with for a while, in all honesty. And I think that you have felt possibly betrayed by someone that had come into your life incredibly quickly, and maybe it was just through some sort of communication, or maybe that's how you first heard of them or first knew of them. This could even be someone at work. This could be a long-lost family member. This could even be a partner. And I only say that because we do have this 2 of Cups card, which in this deck, this is like the love, obviously love card because it says love at the bottom, but this is like the divine partnership kind of a card. You don't have that really indicated here in your 7th house, but since this card is coming up, it could be someone that might remind you of other family members that might have come into your life and kind of like been really captivating, but really left you in the dark as well. And so this could be like, it's very specific. It could be like a long lost family member that you weren't expecting to ever connect with, that made you feel kind of betrayed at one point in time. And then they entered your life and caused like this very strong upheaval. Maybe even they appear in your dreams sometimes still. Maybe they were only in your life for a short amount of time, and they caused a lot of kind of mental anguish for you, especially between the moon and the star, that made you feel like you doubted yourself and maybe weren't entirely sure what to expect or what to do basically with this person. And I think that they maybe caused some sort of deception in your life. Maybe you feel like you were led to believe something that wasn't true, or led you to expect something that wasn't really ever going to happen, and they were just in and out of your life without even a thought or care for how it affected you. And this could even be like I've said, a person at work. This could be a romantic hope for you, or it could have been a relationship. So let's see what you're going through right now. What is Pisces experiencing right now? Okay, what is Pisces experiencing right now? Ooh, oh, I almost dropped the entire deck. So Spirit is trying to get some messages across to you. Oh, wow. Okay, so we have, this is incredible. So we have the Five of Wands, the Hierophant, the Magician, and the High Priestess. So we have 2 5s, and then we have the 1 and the 2. So if you're into numerology, this is incredibly powerful. So it's kind of a natural progression between the Magician and the High Priestess, but having 3 major arcanas right in a row is incredibly powerful. And this means that this is an incredibly intuitive, incredibly transformational time in your life where you're basically like going into a whole new chapter of your life is what I see. But it is fraught with anxiety. So if you're someone that is an anxious person or needs some sort of like support in one way or another, I would definitely tell you that this is the time that you invest in that, because the current state that you're in is causing a lot of like build up without things being kind of burnt off. And what I mean by that is like things are getting stuck, and there's like could be a sense of dwelling, maybe a sense of even like it's like hurting your not only your mental space but also your body as well. So you might be feeling some like after effects basically of this experience, and it's caused you a lot of anxiety, and it's kind of triggered a lot of anxiety. But this is a moment in your life in which you are being asked to really follow your intuition and follow your gut, because Spirit is telling you that what you know and what you've experienced and what you know in your heart and in your mind and just in your soul is true, and to really trust yourself. The High Priestess, she doesn't reveal to you everything that you want to know. So you might feel a little lost or blocked right now too. But with the Hierophant and the Magician, there's this sense of having everything you need in order to succeed. And the Hierophant is also believing. So you have two cards that really indicate that there's a sense of needing to trust, and that you have everything you need to get to that point, to be able to trust, even trust yourself. I think that's incredibly, incredibly important here. Perhaps you lost sight of being able to trust your own judgment after this person came into your life and left you feeling lost and afraid of the unknown, perhaps. Perhaps, you know, like if it is in a relationship, if it's not a family member, it could be like a boss or someone that like made you think that you could do better and get promoted, all that stuff, and then, oh, whoops, now you're all laid off, like something like that. And now you're like, well, what the heck do I do now? Now I'm like stuck paying all these bills, and like I didn't have my resume ready, whatever, and now I have to go through this whole process, and should I ever trust a company to be able to support me ever again? And the universe is telling you that you have everything you need. You are stuck in this cycle of anxiety and like nervousness and like fear right now, but you don't have to know the future in order to be able to trust that it will get better, basically. So what does Pisces have to look forward to? What does Pisces have to look forward to? Thank you so much, Spirit, for your support. Oh, I love this. Okay. So this is really interesting because the Strength card has come out several times in these readings. So if you have Capricorn, if you have any heavy if you have any heavy Saturn placements in your chart, I would definitely think that this reading is very, very specific for you. And this also indicates the Saturn in the first house. So this is very, because, and the reason I say that is because the Strength card came out heavily for Capricorn and Aquarius, so there's a lot of Saturn energy and power coming through here for these 3 signs. So for you specifically, that's in your first house. And so we have the Chariot, we have the 6 of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Cups, and then we have the Strength card. Like you're filled to the brim with major arcana, Pisces. And whenever, so we have the 6 of Pentacles, and then we have the Ace of Cups. We'll look at these first. And what this says to me is that you have put so much effort and so much good into the world, and so into an area of your life, wherever this is like kind of lighting up for you. And like I'm saying, this could be your first house. It definitely could be your 7th house. So you've put in a lot of effort to like better yourself, to better who you are as a person and how you relate to other people. And maybe I feel like you are incredibly compassionate towards yourself, and you also know how to comfort yourself and how to lift yourself up. And that's not something that a lot of people can do. Like, you don't need someone else to make you feel better. You've learned that yourself. But it's nice to have someone else be able to help and support you, like to have a job that can financially support you so you can have abundance and wealth, or to have a partner that loves you and supports you and cares for you, even though you know you can do that for yourself. So what you've put out and what you've done to help yourself has really gotten you to the point where the Chariot and the Strength card will help you and guide you through the next part of your phase of your life, basically, possibly through these eclipses. And what that means is the Chariot card. When the Chariot card comes up for me, it can indicate a lot of different things, but we do have the universe here telling you that you're going in the right direction and this is the right path for you. So if you feel a little bit lost, or have felt a little bit lost, or like you have gone through a lot that maybe you didn't deserve, or didn't need to experience, you're like, no, I get all these lessons. Spirit is telling you that this is just really reinforcing a really incredible strength that you have in yourself, and that you need to build, and you need to build upon. And it's finding that love and that strength and compassion within yourself, so that when things like this happen, it doesn't rock you so much, and it's like building a really good, strong foundation here for you. And the universe says you have exactly what it needs, what you need to be able to succeed in this and to enter into another phase of life, possibly when Pluto is going to be in your Aquarius in your 12th house, so that it doesn't shake you as much, you know. I think maybe this is a strong indicator of what you need to be building in preparation for Pluto being in Aquarius. And let's see if we can get a final message from Spirit here for you. Let's see. We have a message for Pisces. It's funny because mystery, that's what the whole moon card is about. So you got the eel card, and it's also a lot about what the priestess is hiding too, right? So I'm going to read to you from the guidebook because I don't want to miss anything from Spirit. So here we have the keywords are mystery, movement, inspiration, longevity, strangeness, asexuality, and instinct. It was once believed that an eel was created when a hair from a horse's tail fell into a stream or lake. Aristotle and other early natural scientists thought that eels sprang directly from the mud. The life cycle of the eel has always been shrouded in mystery, and though we know a bit more about their long migrations and strange breeding behaviors today, much about the eel remains unknown. For most of their lives, eels are asexual creatures that, upon migrating to fresh water from the also mysterious Sargasso Sea, they choose a stretch of fresh water to call home. No one knows how they make this choice, and it often appears after an eel roams rivers and streams for years. However, once they have chosen a home, they are adamantly attached to it. An eel removed from its chosen haunt will swim for days, even crossing meadows and fields to return to its home. Adding to the strangeness of this fish, for it is technically a fish, is the eel's ability to be out of the water for long stretches of time, though it is not an amphibian. The lifespan of the eel is unknown. Some tagged eels have lived for upwards of 50 years, and eels in captivity have lived beyond that. What we do know is that one day an eel may decide to breed and begin its journey back to the sea. As it reaches the sea, it begins to change and die. Though eels have historically occupied a fearsome place in the human imagination, a place inhabited by snakes and spiders and the creeping dark things of the world, eels are wondrous, deeply mysterious creatures from which we have much to learn. In a reading, the eel is emblematic of moving through darkness and trusting instincts. If you find yourself plagued by uncertainty or in a situation where you feel that you are in the dark in some way, the advice is to rely on your gut, look at your dreams and feelings, and trust your misgivings. The spirit of the eel is one of fluidity and movement. It encourages us to think in ways that are less binary, less traditional. Much as an eel can leave the water and move through grass, you may need to find unconventional ways to navigate your circumstances. It may be time for you to enter a period of deep connection with your own voice and feelings rather than relying on the outside world for guidance. The obvious ways of operating or the most straightforward solutions may not be right for you in this moment. Allow yourself to be fluid, think unconventionally, embrace movement, and let the dark be your ally. I truly cannot imagine a better card for you after this reading, Pisces. I truly hope that this resonated with you and that you share any stories or anecdotes or anything that might relate to the astrology or to the tarot. And I just want to say thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy to do these videos for you, and I really, truly hope that they connect with you and that they resonate with you. And I cannot wait to see you in our next video. Thank you so much again. Bye.